Hello YouTube, LD50 here, back another video, and today we're going to take a tour of my Oberland Station rebuild. This is a modded rebuild on the PS4, so we've used some building mods. We've used mainly the USO suite, Unlock Settlement Object suite, some scrapping mods, a Place Anywhere mod called QWOPA, Freemaker to make junk for decorations and clothing and all that sort of good stuff. So let's go and take a little tour. So we'll follow the tracks down to where we normally have the signal box, and as you can see we have made major changes. So signal box is normally here where this green house is, but we've used the scrap anywhere, the scrap CRACP mod to scrap that away. We scrapped basically everything that we could scrap within the buildable area. We also have a mod that extends the buildable area. The only thing that we've left in is these railway tracks, because I didn't think it looked right without them. Excuse me. So we'll have a quick look up this end of the settlement, and then we'll go down to the main bit. So up here we have our feeding trough for our Brahmin. At the moment we only have one Brahmin and they're insisting on standing on top of the feed, but never mind. And we have a defense outpost here. Currently nobody is manning the defensive post, but it is assigned, and we've got plenty of defense up here. And then we have a nice big greenhouse here with food inside and outside. So we've got the muck fruit outside, and we have the razor grain outside, and then in total I think we have 36 food. So we'll go and have a little look. This is conduit that I've put up to try to represent a sort of irrigation system, but obviously it also provides power for the lights up here. So we've got farmers working busily.
Yeah.
Farming's as honest work gets.
I think there's 6 or 7 farmers altogether. We got 36 food. Now have a quick look around. So there's the workbench that you can't move, and then we have put some concrete down, and we've built a little shack here for the farmers. We'll have a look round the back first. There's one of our guards. So we've got some more defensive capabilities up here. I've used all heavy laser turrets because they shouldn't kill the settlers if it all goes off. So a little terrace area here where people can sit down and enjoy you know, their after work exercise activities. Maybe they can have a little barbecue here, or cook themselves you know, a bit of food. And then inside we have a basic bathroom, a little seating area, and then some basic sleeping here for 6 people up this end. So this is very basic. I haven't done a lot in the way of decorating. We are at the absolute limit of what we can do with this settlement. We're at the stage where frame rate's dropping and we're crashing a bit if we're trying to build. So yeah, we've had to call it quits. The PS4 obviously doesn't have the same processing capabilities as a computer, so we are a bit limited. And never mind, we've managed to pack a lot into this settlement. So up this end, that's our farm, greenhouse, a defensive position, and then we will go down into the main area. Now obviously we're quite a way away from the bottom there, so it's not rendering it in. It should render in properly when we go down a little bit further. But up on the top deck here we have a manufacturing plant. So we have a weapons forge, an ammunition plant, heavy weapons forge, and an armor forge. These are all controlled by these switches here, and we've got some extra power up here to help power that. There's the little office that the factory manager would sit in, and we have a terminal up here to control the types of things that we manufacture in our little factory here. I put a skylight in there just to give it a little bit more light. And then out the back here again we've got another little defensive position on this side of the corner of the settlement. You can see a bit more down into there, but obviously, as I said, it's not rendering in fully because we're at distance. So we'll go back through the factory and we'll work our way down. So we have our caravan trade post here with Trash Can Carla. Not sure where the Brahmin is, but it'll be around somewhere. I can hear it. There it is. We've put in some trees. These are from the from one of the mods I've got running, just to give it a little bit of colour, because obviously it's fairly dead round here otherwise.
Crop's been growing pretty good.
And then moving down here, we have another room which I've set out to be a machine workshop. So in my headcanon, this settlement does a lot of manufacturing, repairs, that type of thing, trading. You'll see the market when we get down there, and it has a hotel as well. So this is our little machine shop. Some workbenches down on the left and storage containers, and then various types of CNC machine drills, that type of thing. And then moving down to this part of the warehouse. So we have our power armor repair stations in here. We have 3 sets of power armor in various states of repair. I like to think people were, you know, just taking a break from repairing their targeting titanium T60 helmet whilst they enjoy a cup of coffee. A few supplies on the shelf there, and a few more bits and pieces to give it some immersion. There's coffee for the troops. And then up this end here we have our armor bench and one of the chemistry stations. These chemistry stations are added by the Unlock Settlement Objects mod. I think we will. We also have obviously a robot workbench down here. Right, we'll take a walk up now to the virtual reality suite. So on this side here we have our virtual reality machines. The virtual reality pods are added by Creation Club and allow you to build in a virtual environment. So these are actually working. We could sit in there and travel to one of the virtual reality worlds if we wished. And we have a terminal here glitched into this cabinet, and this is what controls the VR. So this is our little VR workshop. Nothing really happens in here. There's no settlers assigned to anything, but it's just for our own immersion. Okay, let's move down into the main plaza. So obviously we have extended. We do have extended build area all the way down to the water, which has allowed us to put proper pumps into the water purifiers into the water. And as I mentioned before, we've put some trees in to give it some look and feel and some height. So on the next deck down we have our fully kitted out clinic. If you have watched the channel, you may have seen a video of 55 minutes of extremely boring decoration. Well, that'll give you an insight into how we construct and decorate these settlements. So walking into the clinic, we have a very well stocked clinic with our doctor on duty, plenty of chems on display. All of these items have been fixed in place with a mod called QWAPA, which allows you to place junk and then have it not move. So that means that your created displays don't get disturbed by settlement attacks or anything like that. So a little waiting area, and you know, we could see the doctor for
doctors around these days.
some healing if we needed to. And then we also have our surgeon in her little surgery, and again more chems and stuff for the use of during the surgery. What we've actually done with this area is we've glitched in some home of the future building pieces to the inside of the build that we already built, just to skin it out, because it's supposed to be a surgery, so you know, it should look a little bit cleaner and nicer than the inside normally would. I'm trying to go a little bit slow because the frame rate is absolutely dreadful now that we've fully staffed and decorated the settlement. Magazines for while you're waiting to see the doctor. And then we have a new another little seating area out here with slightly better quality seating. In my headcanon, the workers congregate at the top and the guests congregate down here. So we have some ghosts in our gym at the moment, but we have a fully stocked gym here with some bench presses. I don't have the pommel horse on this settlement, didn't really feel the need to put it in, but we've got some bench presses for happiness, and so little outside gym there covered. The people that visit the settlement can use, and obviously the ghosts can as well, as you can see there. So moving down this way, we have our market on the right and our water purification plant and staff accommodation further on down.
You might not be happy to have them back.
So we do have these assigned, but I guess everyone's off doing something, or most people are off doing something at the moment. So we have our general trader, our weapons trader, another bar, an armourer, and a clothing store with a few displays. We'll go around and have a little look in the back. So a very basic little bar here.
Here's a thing, a sort of note, I guess, from a sponsor here in Diamond City, and I'll read it. Stop in for a drink at the Dugout Inn.
So that's our little market. A bit of a Nuka World theme going on there, so we've got some gaming machines outside as well that I like to think in my headcanon people that visit the settlement would visit the market and spend a few dollars here and there, and then maybe entertain themselves with some hoop shot or atomic rollers, or the whack-a-mole game here, whack-a-menace, whack-a-commie, that's it, what it's called. We'll have a look at the water purification plant first, and then we'll finish up at the hotel and bar. So going up to the top of this building here, we have constructed a lookout post. So we do have settlers assigned to these, and they will occasionally come up here and stand guard. But we have a lovely view of the dam from up here, and from inside the hotel you'll see as well. A little bit of bad weather coming in, I can hear, so we might go and set off a clear weather shell in a minute. So there's plenty of defence up on here as well, as you can see. Defended from all sides. Right, we're starting to get a rad storm in, so I'll go and let off a clear weather shell. Which is handy because it's just inside here. So this is the accommodation in my headcanon the workers at the settlement would use. So it's just very basic, some basic beds with a power room and a basic bathroom. So that will set off the clear weather shell. So here is our secondary power, and that's a wiring loom here that, using the wiring glitch, allows us to take power to different parts of the settlement without having wires strung everywhere. And then in this part of the building is where we have our water generators. So we've got 2 water generators. I think they do 40 each. Inside a nice glass topped building to give plenty of light. We will have a look at this settlement in the evening as well, so that you can see it lit up at night. And then finally we have the Oberland Hotel, which has accommodation for 10 people. So going in the front desk, here is our reception area. It's normally manned, but I'm guessing they're off duty at the moment. I'm not sure what the time is. Let's just have a look and see what the time is. Where are we? 5:19. They should be on duty, but I guess they're off doing something at the moment. Because the settlement is so packed with stuff, we are actually having a bit of trouble getting the settlers to do what they're supposed to do. Anyway, on this side we have a nice little light lounge that looks out over the dam there, so I like to think the visitors to the hotel would sit here and you know, smoke a cigarette or a cigar and enjoy a tot of whiskey whilst they you know, enjoy the views. Maybe they want to write a letter. And then we have our barber in here. So we have a little barber's shop. Sadly, she's glitched into the cabinet there. I think I've put the chair a little bit too far back, but we're a bit stuck for space. So this nice furniture here comes from Creation Club. There is Art Deco furniture that comes. It looks quite nice in a lounge like this. We'll go upstairs one side and have a look at the hotel accommodation. So we have 10 rooms, all single rooms, and they're just nice basic hotel accommodation. They're all pretty much the same, slightly different colours, that's all. So there you go, 10 bedrooms. And then we have a little dining room here for the guests. So this is slightly more posher dining. With a little waiter's station here with a few items ready to go out for tonight's dinner. A little lavatory for the use of the hotel guests. And then down in this area we have the cafe and bar. So here's our little cafe. We have somebody on duty doing the soda machine, so that's quite good. A little bain-marie system here with items ready to be taken. We normally have a person standing here, but they're off doing something. So there we go, little basic cafe there with a few items. Maybe somebody was cooking some mystery bacon there. And we've glitched a Slocum's Joe coffee station into the counter here as well, which is obviously usable, as you can see. And then we have our little bar area with some gaming machines, some one-armed bandits. Oh, this is where they're all standing. They're all behind the bar. That's our barmaid there, and our doctor, and that's I think our armor seller, possibly. That's our receptionist with the bowler hat on, and farmers made them way down here as well. So we have a little bar down here. These taps are added by a mod as well, so we have some some nice beer taps to give us a bit more immersion. Somebody sat there smoking a cigarette by the looks of it. And then finally outside here we have a little area where I like to think somebody's been doing a bit of fishing and fish preparation. So they've got a couple of rods in the water here, some fish that they've obviously caught in the past. We'll sit down here and we'll just wait for the sun to go down. So we'll wait till about 10 o'clock, so we'll give it 3 hours. Oh, one of our guards has come down here. There's an invisible mat there, which at some point I'll have to turn round. Because the mats are invisible, you can't tell which way that they're going to stand on them until they have stood on them. So at some point I do need to come and turn that round, but normally there should be a guard looking out there. So, we're here at night time. We'll have a quick look through. Now it's lit up at night. As you can see, the stars are out. So again, they're all congregating in the bar.
Might interest you. If
All
not,
getting in the
hang on a
way.
minute and I'll go back to the music that usually play. If you hadn't heard, I guess most people know this, but maybe someone didn't. That
Oh, there's our cook
building
back.
was where those mercenaries lived. The gunners, that's it. That was like.
And then obviously much of a muchness in the inside, but just so you can see how it lights up at night.
Those guys were tough, so I mean, I guess whoever killed them had to be even tougher, right? And there's I don't even know if this is true or not, but there's this rumor that maybe the Institute was involved. But that's just what I heard. I don't know if that's true or not.
So funnily enough, they seem to come at odd hours. Normally by 9 o'clock the shops should be shut. I think the bars do stay open a little bit longer. Oh, we got somebody up there on duty without a uniform on. I must have missed them. Because this settlement is quite large and spread out, it's quite hard to find people sometimes once you've assigned them. So yeah, at some point I need to give this settler some armour so that they look the same. Couple of doggos there. Obviously lit up at night. It looks quite nice inside. And again, the accommodation is very basic down this end. That's interesting. I have a mat down there that's from one of the mods, and it adds extra NPC animations. So this one's a push-up. So obviously it looks like they're in there enjoying a bit of exercise, a bit of late night exercise. Obviously lit up at night, you can see everything clearly. Oh, he's having a good old workout. Not only is he doing press-ups, he's doing some weights as well. Looks like we've got one of the settlers stuck in the floor there. That's one of our guards. I do have a mod that's supposed to fix settler nav mesh and stuff like that, but it doesn't work all the time. As you can imagine, we are substantially over the build limit for building. One of the mods that we have increases the range of the power radiators and also removes the build limit, so it's very easy to go over the top and get to the point where the game is struggling, which is sort of where we're at the moment. I won't go inside, but you can see down into the VR lounge from outside. It's quite nice. Working our way back to the top again, we can have a look inside the factory at night. Just gives us a nice bit of immersion. Let's just hop over this fence so you can see down. And then we finally made our way back to the start of the tour. Sort of a night time. We've got some little bit of light inside the greenhouse there, just to, you know, give it some atmosphere. And there's our farmer's shack. So that concludes the tour of my Oberland Station settlement. I hope you've enjoyed this content. If you have, please leave a like and consider subscribing to the channel. That'll motivate me to keep on making settlement videos. I also do some Borderlands content as well. If you check out my channel, you'll see there's plenty of content there for you to enjoy. Anyway, I've been LD50, you've been lovely, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.